Hi, I'm Zacharias with Zacharias Horsemanship. Today I'd like to share a tip with you about how I like to go about picking up my horse's feet and handling them and preparing them for the farrier. I myself trim horses a lot myself, so I can appreciate a horse that's handled, has their feet handled and on a regular basis. First of all, when I go down a horse's leg, I like to kind of feel my way down the leg, and then I'll be able to. Until that horse hands me his leg like that, and then set it back down. Now, some horses this horse has his feet handled quite a bit, so he's easy to pick his foot up. Some horses will just sit there and stand on that foot. One of the main things that you want to make sure of is make sure that the horse is squared up enough that he can pick the leg up that you're wanting to pick up. So get the horse relatively square. I'll just kind of go down that leg, and then you see how he hands me that foot. And then I'll be able to go to work on that foot. Now, if I get down that leg and he doesn't hand it to me, you can grab that horse kind of right at the fetlock joint, like right here, and you kind of pull that joint forward, kind of like if someone grabbed you by the knee and pulled your leg forward, it would cause you to break. So if a horse kind of stands on that leg real solid, you kind of find that joint right in that fetlock joint, and you can kind of pull it forward, and that'll help him hand it to you. Another little trick you can do, especially in the fronts, you want to be careful on the backs, but on the fronts, you can take your hoof pick, and as you go down that leg, if they don't give it to you, you can take that hoof pick and just kind of tap them right about here. Just kind of tap them like a woodpecker. And you can just tap that leg, and then that horse will hand you that foot, and you can condition that foot so that it's easy to come off the ground. Again, don't go crazy with the hoof pick, but just enough to make them want to pick that leg up. Same thing with the back feet. I go down the hip, slide my hand down the hock, down the back of the foot, then I'm going to pull forward, kind of toward the front of the horse. Horse gives me his leg. Once he gives me the leg, I'm going to grab the toe, go back to the hoof trimming position. Go ahead and come on around just a little bit more here. And now I got my hoof pick, and I can just rub that, knock that foot out, get it nice and clean. Notice I got that cannon bone nice and straight back to where a farrier would be working on that foot. If you just pick that foot up like this all the time and do it, that really doesn't help the farrier much. That's not where he's going to hold the foot when he works on it. Get the leg back, get it relaxed. I support the leg with my knee closest to the horse. Got the toe. Look at that foot. It's nice and relaxed. Hand it back to him. Another little thing you can do that'll help prepare him, especially if you have your horse shod, is get yourself a little hammer and a horseshoe. Any old horseshoe will do. Pick the leg up, you hold that toe, slide back into position, set that shoe on that foot, then just take that hammer and just practice hammering on that foot, preparing that horse for what the farrier is going to have to do. There's nothing worse than trying to shoe a horse, and every time you go to hammer, horse yanks his leg away and pulls a nail through the farrier. That'll get your farrier to quit real early. So that's something that you can do to prep the horses for the farrier. If you really want to do a good job, get yourself a hoof stand. It doesn't have to be a fancy one. Just get yourself a hoof stand. I'm going to position this horse here towards you here. Good boy. Boy. Pick the leg up. Bring the leg forward. Make sure we don't get our rope stepped on here. And put that foot up on the hoof stand. And work out like that. Easy, buddy. He says, I'm normally used to being tied up here. Put that hoof on the stand. Your leg nice and forward. Just kind of handle that leg. Kind of stretches them out. You can see it's a bit of a stretch for this one. And put that leg back down. Again, if you never do these things until the farrier shows up, then the horse is it's going to be more likely to not cooperate. It's just going to make a hard job even harder. But if your horse is real cooperative, wants to work with you, and it's not hard for him to put his leg in the positions that the farrier needs to put him into, it's going to make him a whole lot easier to deal with. And there's a lot of good farriers that are not necessarily good horsemen, and you don't want a farrier to quit you, a good farrier to quit you because he's not a good horseman. So make sure your horse does what that farrier needs him to do, and that's going to make him like you as a customer and your horses, and probably do a better job for you, because if the farrier is comfortable under the horse, he's probably going to do a better job. If he's just trying to get out from underneath your horse because he doesn't want to get hurt, he's going to do the good enough job. And so definitely, if you feel possible, you want that horse prepped so that the farrier is wanting to do a good job for you. All right, if this helps you, hopefully it'll help you with your horse. And if you have any other questions, just let us know.